The first step to formatting your business letter is to make your header. How you do this is go into Insert tab at the very top, go over to Header and Footer section, click on Header, and then hit blank. This will bring up your header. What you want to do next is go over to Position, click this tab here, Insert Alignment tab. It will pull up this extra section. Alignment tab, make sure Center is selected, and press OK. That'll move your text to the center. And then just type in your name and your job title. Press Enter. You want to do the same thing. Insert Alignment tab, Center, OK. Here, you're going to want to insert, capital, your address. Press Enter. And then Insert Alignment tab, Center, OK. This time, your town and state, as well as your zip code. Enter one more time, Insert Alignment tab, Center, OK. This one is easy, just put in your phone number. And then finally, enter, go over, center, and your email. That is not how you spell that. There we go. Then you will highlight this, go back to the Home tab, click here to change the font. You want to make it stand out, but at the same time be easy to read. So maybe not this one. Then highlight this, come over here, make it bold. Then come over here and make it just a little bit bigger. And there you go. The next step is easy. Here we are just going to edit our margins. Start by going over to your Layout tab in the very top of the screen. Then come over here to Margins. Click it. Go all the way down to the bottom, Custom Margins. For our letter, we are going to want to change the top margin to 2 inches. But we can keep all of the rest at 1 inch. And then come down here and hit OK. And there you go. That's all you need to do. The next step is to edit your page orientation and size if you want to. Come over here in the top to Layout. Then in the Page Setup section, you see these two tabs, Orientation and Size. If you click Orientation, you get two options, Portrait and Landscape. That's how you change that. And then if you come over to Size, you have all of these different size choices. But you can also click down here at More Paper Sizes and edit it. When you finish editing, just press OK. The next step is to change the line spacing. You can do this by going in here. You'll likely start on your Home tab. This is actually where you want to be. You see this paragraph section down here. You have this arrow here. This is your line and paragraph spacing section. Click on it, it brings down this drop down menu where you can edit how big you want your enters to be. After you do this, you have your justification and your fonts. For your justification, you come over here in this Home section, go over to Paragraph, and you see these 4 buttons. You have Justify, which is what we'll be using. You have Align Right, Align Center, and Align Left. So if you highlight your entire piece and you click, for example, align left, it doesn't change much between this, but we'll get into that later. If you hit align center, it will bring all of your text to the very center. If you hit align right, it will bring it all to the right. But over here, if you hit this Justify tab, it will make your text go only to the margin. It will make it go right up to the margin. So for example, if we align left, you can see there are spaces in my first paragraph. But if we hit Justify, those spaces go away. And next, we have changing the fonts. So if you want to change a font, highlight what you want to change, go over to your Home tab, in Font section, right here, you have a few options. If you click this drop-down menu, you can change the actual font between all of these. You have a lot of choices. Just make sure you choose one that is easy to read. Next, you can come over here and change how big you want this text to be. If you click these two buttons, you can move it up and move it down. And then if we come down here to these three, you can bold, italicize, and underline the text. You can also do these by pressing Ctrl B for bold, Ctrl I for italic, and Ctrl U for underline. So if we move my cursor over here, we can do Ctrl B to just bold it, Ctrl I to italicize it, and Ctrl U to underline it. Finally, we can add images to our letter. The way you add images is go over to the Insert tab on the top here, and Illustrations, this section right under. We have these two buttons, Pictures and Online Pictures. If we click on Online Pictures, it will pull up this section where you can search for whatever you want. For example, person, if you spell it right. And that will pull up all of these images for person. And if you unclick here, you'll have slightly more options. So just click on the images you want to add, click Insert, and then they will be inserted right into your paper. However, if you click Pictures, you can choose from files on your computer. So we'll pull up all of the files on my computer. You can double click the one you want, and it will insert it right where your cursor was.